Hey, in this video I'm going to show you how I helped a total beginner publish her first book on Amazon and make $1,700 from it in a month. Okay, so let's get down to it. The first thing we did was we had to look for a profitable topic. As you may know, maybe you're a little experienced with KDP and book publishing already, but even if you don't know that, the first step in book publishing, you need to choose a topic for your book. And a lot of people find this very hard, but actually, if you know what you're doing, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is to go on the Amazon store. If you go on the bestsellers list and you click books, you will find a bunch of categories. And in these categories, you will see books that are selling really well, the best-selling books. So you're almost guaranteed that if you pick a topic from this list, your book will do well, or at least it has good potential to do well, because these topics are in demand. But anyways, we found a topic from there. She started from a topic that she was passionate about. And sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. I usually recommend not to follow your passions when you try to find topics for your books to publish on Amazon. I say this because usually what you are passionate about, sometimes it doesn't really sell really well on Amazon. We have to detach ourselves and our own personal interests, hobbies, and passions from what is selling on Amazon. Maybe I am passionate about surfing, for example, but books on surfing don't do very well. And so I need to detach my own passion from the business, which is book publishing. It is a business after all, it's not a passion project. So the game is you need to find topics that even though you're not interested in, they can make you a lot of money. And so you jump into these topics just for the sake building a business. She was lucky in that sense because something that she was already passionate and experienced about was also very profitable. In fact, looking at this topic on Amazon, she found multiple books selling really well on the Amazon store already, which gives you the first green light about the topic, which is there are multiple books selling already pretty well on Amazon. This tells you that there is demand about the topic. People are willing to spend money for the topic. So we can jump in, come up with a book ourselves on this topic and steal a slice of the pie of sales. We try to get a little bit of sales out of this market that is currently working well on Amazon. Unfortunately, this is where majority of publishers stop. They find the topic, they see there are multiple books selling well, and they're like, okay, I'm going to publish in this. And they start spending time, money, effort, energy into publishing into these topics without checking first how much money and how much expenses are estimated for a self-publisher to jump into that specific topic. This is a very important step that I teach all of my clients, and it's a necessary step for you to be profitable with book publishing. In fact, the next thing we did was checking exactly, mathematically, how much money was expected to be made from that specific topic that she chose, and how many expenses she was also expecting from publishing into that topic. Of course, for my clients, I have a template that does all of this for you. You just need to fill in the data and it will tell you exactly how much earnings you can expect and how much expenses you can expect. She did this, the potential earnings were a good number for her, same for the potential expenses, and so she decided to move forward with that topic. So the next step was writing the book. And again, a lot of people find it difficult. They have to hire writers like we used to do in the past, but nowadays there is AI, ChatGPT, Claude, a bunch of other softwares that you can use to write easily. Again, a lot of people out there are scaring people, are kind of fear-mongering on the fact that Amazon doesn't like AI, but maybe they don't know that Amazon is developing currently their own writing AI to help writers publish books on Amazon. So Amazon is not at all against AI. What they are against, of course, is poor customer experience. You always need to make a customer happy, right? That's what Amazon is focused about, and it's always been focused about that. As long as you can do that, Amazon will be happy to have AI written books on the store. As long as they solve problems, as long as they help customers and give them a positive experience, positive shopping experience on Amazon itself. So my client wrote her book with ChatGPT 4, which is, at the time of filming this, also the free version of ChatGPT is ChatGPT 4, but if you upgrade to the premium version of ChatGPT, the $20 per month subscription, you get unlimited use of the same model, ChatGPT 4. So you can do it for free with some limitations, or you can do it unlimited for $20 per month. But anyways, she wrote the book with that. Again, another common myth here is that you cannot write books with ChatGPT, or it's not easy to write your book with the press of a button. Well, that's wrong, because if you know the right prompts to give AI, you can have books written for you in a matter of hours or a few days, and they sound as human as possible. it's really crazy how undistinguishable it is writing a book this way versus writing a book from a real human ghostwriter. So she wrote a few chapters, she came up with her book, she added her own creativity to it, which is always advised. I always suggest my clients to do that because this makes your book really unique. And before you freak out about AI in writing books, just know that her book keeps getting positive reviews. Every single day she got a bunch of organic reviews, and none of them mention AI or the fact that the book is not written well. They're all positive, which is proof that if you know how to use AI correctly, you can publish books easily, and if you don't use AI, you're just wasting your time and money, to be honest. The next necessary step after that, once you have your book, is to come up with your book cover design. And she started creating a cover herself on Canva, which a lot of people do, a lot of people try. Some people are good with design, some people don't, which is fine. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. Her initial cover that she designed herself was looking a little bit amateur, so she decided to go for a professional freelancer cover designer on Fiverr instead. And she purchased a cover for around 30 bucks. Now, the first cover we got was good, but not great. And this is another step where a lot of people, a lot of beginners, a lot of newbies in the publishing world stop. And this makes all the difference between a publisher that makes money and a publisher that just will lose money. If you accept the first draft that you receive from your designers or freelancers in general, whether it's design or another service, you are destined to lose money, because the responsibility for your book to make money is on you, is on the self-publisher. You are the business owner here, not the freelancer that you're hiring. So if you accept the first draft without correcting it, without improving on it, without giving the freelancer your direction as the business owner and expert here, you are basically wasting money and time and opportunities. Because maybe you could get a cover that can make you a few hundred per month, but you could have a cover from the same designer, if you just ask for revisions until you're really happy, that could make you thousands of dollars per month. And this is exactly what happened. Her first cover that she got back was good, was not great. I recommended her to keep improving on it until she got a better cover. And with that cover, improved after asking for revisions to the designer, she went on and published the book on KDP. The KDP book publishing process is very easy and straightforward. Amazon makes it very easy for anyone to publish their book. You just need to fill in the title, the subtitle. There's a small description box to add a little bit of a description on what your book is about, trying to be a little persuasive and trying to sell your book a little bit. This is the space to do that. You need to upload the book interior file, which is the text, and you also need to upload the book cover file, which is of course the exterior package of your book. And once you do that, you simply upload the book on Amazon and the book goes live and it's available for sale. Now, the next step here is to properly launch your book. Just uploading it on the Amazon store is not enough. You need to launch it. You need to promote it. You need to collect some reviews, and that's exactly what she did. She collected some reviews from friends and family. She went on Puppy, which is a website where a lot of writers and publishers exchange reviews with each other in a legal and ethical way. And so she collected a bunch of reviews. Once she got enough reviews to have a little bit of social proof on her book page, which is always useful because if you shop on Amazon, you know how important the reviews are. Whenever you want to purchase something, you do take a look at how many reviews it has or how many stars that product has. Once you have a good number of positive reviews, then the next step is to actually launch some advertising campaigns through Amazon advertising. A lot of people are scared of advertising, they don't know how it works, they don't know how to make it work, but in reality, it's very simple. You just launch a few campaigns. You can launch an automatic campaign, which simply means Amazon does the work for you. You simply launch the automatic campaign and Amazon automatically will promote your book wherever Amazon thinks it will be most relevant for your book to appear on the Amazon store. Then you can launch a keyword campaign, which means you will target some specific keywords inside of the Amazon store. So if someone is looking for diet or cookbook, and your book, of course, is a cookbook, your book will appear under that specific keyword whenever a customer searches for it. For this type of campaign, I always suggest using a few keywords. You don't need many, just 15, 20 keywords are more than enough. And then there's another campaign, which is the product campaign. And the product campaign will target specific books, specific competitors that you might have, but also some categories. And that's exactly what we did. We picked a few categories, of course, relevant to the book topic that she wrote about, and a few individual competitors, just to make her book appear right next to them. And so with this very simple strategy, she started generating some sales. Some sales came in, some data came in, which is the most important thing about the initial launch. In fact, the main focus of the initial launch with Amazon advertising is not really sales, it's not making money immediately, but rather it is getting data, getting to know how the market reacts to your book. What is the feedback of the customers? Do they like your title? Do they like your cover design? Do they like your book page? Is your book actually working and getting customers and sales? Well, what we found after a few days was that the CTR, the click-through rate in our Amazon advertising campaigns, was not really good, which means people were not clicking on your book, which again means that the cover design was not working really well. Her customers were not finding the cover design appealing enough to even click on her book. So if people don't even click on your book, you don't have a chance to make a sale. And so we immediately worked on our cover and we decided to do some minor changes. Just a small minor change in color completely shifted the situation. And sales started to come in. Week after week, our book started ranking well. The BSR, which is the bestsellers rank, started getting lower and lower. When this happens, I always recommend to increase your book price. This way, Amazon will promote your book even more and it will be incentivized to do so because, remember, Amazon wants to make money. And so if you increase your book price, not only you make more money because your royalty will be higher, but also Amazon's cut will be higher as well. Amazon will make more money. And so if you make Amazon happy, Amazon in turn will make you happy by promoting your book. That's exactly what happened. She kept increasing her price regularly as sales started to increase and Amazon started to promote her book even more. And that's when she decided to translate her book into another language, which is one of the best strategies to make money on Amazon KDP, one of my favorite strategies. Simply take the same file and content that you already have and translate it into a different language. She chose to go with Spanish, and her Spanish book started popping off almost immediately, even with no reviews. And eventually she reached $1,700 from her book in one single month, $1,200 to be precise from the English version, and 500 from the Spanish version, which again had very little to no reviews. So people saying that you need reviews and reviews are super important to sell, that's another big myth. And now with the new year, her next goal is of course to create a brand around her topic. This is my favorite way to make money on Amazon KDP, creating a brand that is strong enough to establish your author name and your portfolio of books so that they will generate passive income for you for months and years to come. If you think about it, she made almost $2,000 from one book, and you just need 5 books just like this, making between $1,000 to $2,000 a month to reach an income of $5,000 to $10,000 per month. And if she wants to go further, which of course I advise her to, why not? She can reach whatever number she really wants. And I'm not kidding when I say this. The sky is the limit with publishing. It all depends on how many books you publish, how much time you want to dedicate to this, how fast you come up with books, and how fast you translate them in all the different possible languages and all the other strategies that you can apply here. Name of the game with publishing is publishing more books. The more books you have, the more opportunities to generate an income you have. And so just imagine with one book, she reached $1,700, almost $2,000 in a single month. Just imagine if she has 10 books like this. And this was a book that took her a couple of weeks to create, very easy to launch. She used AI to write it. She used a designer on Fiverr. So if you just rinse and repeat the same process that is proven to work, you can make easily $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 per month if you want to reach those numbers. I have very close people that do those numbers. But if you prefer a life of balance and you just need a few hundreds per month just to pay your bills, just to pay your rent, or your car payment, or if you even want to take your family on an extra trip every few months and you just need a couple thousands, well, that's absolutely possible. And if you want to learn more about this, I have a video right here that shows you how to start publishing in 2025 the right way. So if you want to learn the strategies that really work in 2025, go watch it here.